Okay, another question. What advice or guidance would you have when faced with a setback or what people might view as a failure? I can tell you that I don't love failure at all. But the thing that you have to really focus on, and this is huge and important in any kind of journey you're going to take on as far as transformation goes, whether it's excuse me, healing disease, losing weight, focusing on a different kind of mindset, or trying to grow yourself, change your career, whatever it is. Failure is inevitable. I think if we can, instead of brushing that away and thinking I'm going to be perfect at this and it's never going to, there's never going to be, the growing pains, there's never going to be anything that's yucky in my path. If you can get rid of that kind of thinking and focus more on the truth that failure is inevitable. My husband says failure is an opportunity, and he's absolutely right. The more you can look at failure as a growth tool, the quicker you'll get through each little chunk of failure that's going to eventually come in your path. So I think that I talked about it in another video where, jumping right in and just taking this challenge on like it's life or death is the same concept of when you're faced with a setback, do you let it completely stop you and allow it to feel like failure? If you are making something life or death and there's a setback, that just means you have to be flexible enough to know another path, to take a different route, to, try to change something up quickly and move through it. I want to say this in the most respectful way, but I think, again, this goes back to it. And all of these videos go together, so I hope that you've watched all of them, because you're going to get little nuggets that definitely align in each one. When we don't find ourselves acceptable, worthy, loved by ourselves, I'm not talking about the world loving you. I'm not talking about anyone else but you loving you. When you don't even feel worthy in your own soul, your own body, in your own mind, your own heart, or you're not accepting of yourself you have to start there. You cannot, hear me when I say this, you cannot do anything transformative in your life unless you accept yourself. That means maybe you're over 300 pounds. I was over 300 pounds. I felt disappointed for sure that I had gotten to a place where my weight, I just stopped caring about myself. And I think I felt disappointed about that. But I never didn't accept myself. I wasn't losing weight as a punishment. I wasn't trying to lose weight in any respect other than challenging myself to see how far I could go. And second was to just get healthier. I knew that if I could lose weight, the stress on my joints, my knees, would be much less. And I would be able to feel better, right? And smaller clothing was a bonus at that point. So I had the same kind of mindset when it came to removing medication or following an elimination process. It was this idea that if I can do this, it was just I just had this magical, it felt magical. It felt if I could do this, it could be the biggest gift I ever give myself. I wanted to give myself a gift. I think that's where you have to start. So if you are constantly feeling like you're going to be, you have to be a perfectionist in this, I think that you need to be diligent in following what the elimination process is. But you also have to understand that, if there's a little setback, or there's maybe you didn't read the ingredients of every item that was in, maybe you got some sort of sauce that you were going to eat with your food and you thought it was compliant and it ended up not being. I've seen people quit over that because they said, oh, I've already ruined it, and they throw in the towel. Here's the truth. You didn't ruin anything. You ruin it when you stop. So don't stop on yourself. Allow yourself to be accepted enough by you to keep going. Setbacks and all, mistakes and all, failure and all. And when you can push through that, you're going to have a new level of confidence, a new level of security, a new level of understanding of yourself that you will continue to push through. The only way you can actually see anything through is to know why you're doing it in the first place. And I hope that, it's that concept that you're worthy enough, but also that you want the freedom, you want the energy, you want the joy back, you want the pain-free life, like above everything else. That is worth so much, but you're worth living that pain-free life. So it starts with you. You are worth living that. Repeat it to yourself. You are worthy of this. Start there.